7 a.m. I just got up, made myself a cup of coffee. We are going to make a quiche today. I told Todd the last probably 2 weekends I've wanted to wake up motivated enough to make a quiche, and it wasn't there. So today I'm like, no excuses. I want it simply for a want. And we have so many eggs right now, and it's just a great way, such a good meal. It feeds us like 3 times over to use these eggs. Because this recipe, my quiche, uses 8 eggs. And I have a very specific recipe, I think, on just making the quiche. So I'm not going to be like super specific about it because we're doing a lot of other things today. So today's video will be a little bit more vlog style here at that 1870s homestead. Welcome, friends. I don't know how you found us or if you've been here for a while, but we're glad you're here. My name's Rachel, and we grow a lot of our own food. Let's say we could survive off what we grow here. Might not have the fun things, but we could make do and make do well. So in today's recipe, I'm going to show you that a little bit. So we grew our own eggs. This is our pie crust that I made with the lard before the holidays. I have one left over, so that's just thawing out. Ham that we canned. Our homegrown caramelized onions that we canned. Our cowboy candy, jalapenos candied that we canned. That all of this is going in there, and our freeze-dried broccoli leaves. So it's kind of going to be a ham broccoli chowder. So you'll notice dairy we don't grow on farm. So I'm using a can of milk and store-bought cheese. So the first thing I'm going to do though is get these onions heated up. This is the only way I have figured out how to open those jars. They make a tool, Weck does and Le Parfait does, to open those, but I don't have it. So these are just onions caramelized in butter and then canned, and it is not necessarily an approved method of canning to can in butter like that, but we've done it successfully for many years and really enjoy having quick and ready caramelized onions, and I usually like to just finish them off in the skillet. Okay, I've got my milk in here. I'm just going to give these a beat. I'll tell you, I bought these silicone spatulas just for you guys, for those noise sensitive ears out there with the metal whisk. I'm going in with 2 teaspoons of mustard powder. Let's see, just salt and pepper to taste, and salt. Alrighty, but anyway, they do not hold up to save their life. Like, you have to hold them because then they just bend and floppy and they have no strength to them. Alright, go in with our cowboy candy, our ham. I just pulled it out of the jar and shredded it up. We'll go in with our cheese. Toss in some broccoli leaves. Have a good stir. These onions are still pretty hot, so as I add them, I need to be quickly stirring them in so I don't make scrambled eggs. Right. I just need to get my pie crust prepared in the pan, and we'll pour this in, and Todd will wake up to a quiche this morning. And I will finally get my craving. Morning. Told you I was craving quiche.
Good morning. I could smell it upstairs when I was laying in bed.
Could you?
It smelled good. What'd you put in it?
Caramelized onions, ham, cheese, and broccoli greens.
Good.
Really good. Really creamy. Oh, yes. Yep, hitting the spot. So you see how much, when I cut into it, how much quiche is left over. Like I said, it usually feeds us lunch and breakfast again for a couple days.
It does.
Oh, and I put cowboy candy in it. Tasting that spice.
Very good. Good job.
All right. And I brought up all the jars. Today we're canning all of our goat meat.
The stewed goat meat. The chunks.
Yeah.
When we had our goats processed, we basically told the processor, give us half ground goat meat and half stew meat. So we really like the canned, so we're gonna can it all.
I mean, like, really, really like it. Like he was saying the other day when we had it, he made us dinner with the goat meat, and he said even when we cook it in the Instapot, it's not this tender. And it's just so tender after. And
Keep
so
canning
good.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
And it's our style of cooking, fast and simple.
Yeah.
So,
Fast food in a jar.
Yeah. So we're going to get all of that done here in a minute.
So by our calculations, this is about 21 pounds of goat meat. There's 16 packages, and they were probably about 1.3 pounds each, but there is some fat in this and a little bit of silver skin. So we're gonna quickly try to clean some of this up and get rid of the big giant chunks of stuff. I'll pass them to my right, where Rachel will appear shortly, and she will start packing them in the jars. We have a lot. We have several videos on how to can various types of meat. Everything from chicken to beef. Do we have a goat one?
Yep.
We do have a goat one. So we're not going to walk you through all the details of this, but this is using a cold pack method.
Cold pack, yep. So you don't put any liquid in it. You just fill your jars with meat, seal them up, put them in a cold canner, and can it for, I believe pints will go for 75 minutes. The jar somehow got defective. I don't know how that's possible.
I don't know.
That's bizarre, isn't it? It's like the exact same brand as all my other jars. I got it from the used jar section. Like, I can't figure it out. Suddenly one of our jars will not accept a ring. And I'm like,
Feels like it's too big. Hey, be quiet. filming. Oh, I think I got it to go.
Oh, okay. Weird.
It definitely feels weird though. It's like it got big or it's not perfectly round.
So should we just scrap that jar because maybe it's an indication of tempered glass that's going to break or something?
Yeah.
All right, so like we said, we're starting with a cold canner because we're using cold meats, cold jars. I'm just gonna load it up in this All-American 930 is what we have, right? 930, 936?
930, yep.
I know some people can't fit this because of their microwave on their stovetop. We can only use it on our front eyes because we can't use it on the back eyes either. And that's one reason why I couldn't go with the next stage up is because of this microwave. So just something to keep in mind if you are interested in getting yourself one. Okay, sorry. I last night did my last round of greens in the freeze dryer, so while the pressure canner is coming up to pressure, I am going to get my greens out, put this thing on defrost so I can get the peppers going. I'm almost through that box. If you guys caught my freezer organization video, I'm almost through that box of things to be freeze dried. Okay, so this was the last little bit of broccoli greens I had. I also did cabbage leaves, but they're not quite done yet, so I'm going to stick those back in when I get to the peppers. And this is what we actually put in our quiche this morning. So that whole broccoli plant that you're growing out in your garden is edible. Don't let all that food go to waste. Cooked broccoli greens, steamed broccoli greens are delicious. Young broccoli greens in a salad, so good. So now this is all spinach, mostly kale. Sorry, this little bit is spinach, but most of it's kale. So we'll put the kale in. All right, more kale and spinach.
Canning is done.
Yes.
We are off on a small adventure to a local tree farm to look at some trees. We thought we would take you guys along. We started this morning bright and early with you guys. We might as well finish.
Yeah, sounds good. So we're specifically looking for creating just like additional privacy, and the area that we want to plant these in is next to walnuts. And walnuts unfortunately carry a toxin to a lot of plants called Julong. I think that's how you pronounce it. In their root system. And Norway spruces can grow supposedly next to walnuts. So, been down this way. There's so many trees to say no to. Why not bring them home?
Yeah, we decided we're gonna get a couple Doug firs also to put between, gosh, windy, put between the maples that we planted. So
yeah,
as
maybe
they grow,
5 then on each side because there's 5 maples, or I don't know what you're thinking.
3 on each side's good. But they're all like $10 a piece, and they're decent size. I mean, they're like probably 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
And the guy did say that sometimes they have bigger ones, like in a couple months or something. He said I'll have some bigger ones ready. So it's only like 20 minutes from our house down near Petersburg, Michigan is where we are today. It's basically somebody's house. They obviously have a lot of land. They grow trees and then they sell them. And it's just like a what you call honor system. They just got a box and you stick some money in or a check. Nice.
Yeah, he's fun.
So these are the smaller ones. Doug fir, Norway, Serbian, white, blue, all $7. And then these are the bigger ones for $10 each. And I think we're getting 10 Norway spruce and 5 Doug firs.
That's it. Okay, I got a question though. Does anyone know what that bush is? I want that too, but I don't know what it's
Is it
called.
like some azalea bush or something?
I don't think it's early for azaleas. It's definitely not. I don't think it's an azalea.
Here,
Doesn't
hold
really
this. I'll take a picture of it. See if Google knows.
Okay. Well, maybe it is. It kind of looks like an azalea leaf a little bit.
Mall's quince,
Oh, it's a quince. Huh.
maybe? Red flowering quince plant. Red
Yeah.
flowering quince plant.
Huh. I didn't know we could grow quinces here, but isn't it gorgeous? Now picture that with a backdrop of spruces and pines, like just the dainty with the hard. Like, I think it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, it definitely looks apple-ish.
Yeah.
And quince is a member of the apple family.
Cool. I love it.
All right, we're heading for home.
I doubt we're going to get these planted today.
But they're obviously surviving just fine in the pots. So
Yes.
we'll put them between the house and the garage.
They're
Where they'll
beautiful.
Be able to water them if it gets dry, but it's not going to be dry anytime soon.
Anytime soon. No.
And this is
It's a lot of goodies.
It did make me think though of like all the white pines and how many we have at the cabin that we can get for free.
Yeah.
And so that made me appreciate
Yes.
our land and our
Yes.
space that we have.
Absolutely.
All right,
See you guys.
bye.